Hey everyone, welcome to week 3 of LDU, Leadership Development University. I hope you all are loving this book as much as me. Chapter 3. The biggest part of owning your own business is the ability to be your own CEO, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. So, do you realize that leadership is not just a title or a rank? It's a behavior. So, in order to be perceived as a leader, you need to think like a CEO. And that's a lot about what this chapter is about. It's about thinking like a boss, the boss of you. It's pretty exciting to think that $99 or $49, depending on the month that you joined, got us this amazing business. I could not be happier. So I am going to glance at my notes just to make sure I don't forget anything here. What I love about being in business for myself is that I control my level of success. So my level and where I go in my business is all determined by me, my efforts, and what I see for myself in the future. Because a lot of the things that you do in your life is because you had a vision at one time or another, and you set goals and you worked toward those goals and you made it happen. So I did create a goal sheet. Speaking of goals, I created a goal sheet. I can't take credit for it. It's not my original work, but it's perfect. It's a goal sheet that breaks down the big stuff and it breaks it down into smaller manageable tasks that you can do to reach your goal. So some of the takeaways from chapter 3, I'm going to read this verbatim because I won't be able to remember it. I can do anything for a short period of time to produce long-term financial freedom for myself and my family. So we can all do that. Of course we can. We're leaders. We're Sensi leaders. We are naturally born to lead and to make others realize their potential in life. So what this is saying is, so if you for a short period of time really focus very, very hard on sponsoring people into the business, bringing them in, and I mean, really what better time is there to sign up than right now, right? If you work very diligently in making sure that that happens and increasing your leads list, if you do that for a very short period of time, it'll have long-term financial gain for you. So get out there and keep getting those leads. Another thing that she talks about is you can work part-time, but you can't work sometimes. You have to be ears open, eyes laser focused, all times, all days, whether you're working on the clock or not. You never know where your next leader is going to come from. And you never know who your next rock star, who's going to teach you something about this business or about yourself. You never know where you're going to meet them or where you're going to come across them. And so you always want to just kind of be listening and be watching people and look for those people who mirror the kind of behavior of the kind of people that you want to surround yourself with. Because we all know if you surround yourself with negative people, what happens? You become more negative. If you surround yourself with more positive people, then what happens? You automatically just become a more positive person. It almost can't happen any other way. And that's what I love. I surround myself with positive people on a daily basis, and it's made such a huge impact in my life. As a matter of fact, when you see the posts that my husband Kevin posts on our group page, doesn't that make you just makes your heart smile a little bit? I'm so proud of him for doing that for us, because it's such a great way to wake up every day seeing what he has posted and how positive the message is. And it really helps me. I don't know about you, I can't speak for you, but it really helps me get through my day with a better and a more positive outlook, especially if I've had a rough day the day before. So one thing you really want to concentrate on as a leader is you want to have what we call hours of operation. Now, of course, like I just said, you're always going to be, listening and watching. However, it's a good idea to actually set aside 10 to 15 hours per week that you block out of your schedule, that you do nothing else but Scentsy. So if you have small kids at home, maybe you can go sit in the car for an hour, or take, if it's 15 hours a week, would equate to about 2 hours a day, right? So take an hour and just have your husband or your wife watch the kids for a little while. Go sit in the car and bring your cell phone with you and reach out to your customers and potential hosts, reach out to your potential team members, and take that time for you. Again, short term for long term, it's well within your reach. And actually, we just talked about this a little bit. Your thoughts control your actions. So like I said, waking up every morning and reading those positive affirmations that Kevin posts every day, it can totally change the direction of your day. If you wake up on the wrong side of the bed, as they say, reading those positive affirmations can really change how your day actually ends up. And your attitude determines your gratitude, as I've always said. Another thing that you really should be working on, and I know Ashley touched on this in the Leap to Lead training, you really want to identify your why. So my why I love running my Scentsy business, and my biggest reason why I keep doing this is because I really want to be able to take my family on a very big family vacation to someplace tropical, a destination that the kids would never in a million years think that we would ever take them to. Their biggest desire is just to hop in an airplane. So I could take them to New Jersey. I live in Maine. I could take them to New Jersey and they'd be fine with it. They just want to be able to ride in an airplane, but I want to knock it out of the park, and I want to surprise them with it. So that's what I'm working toward right now. Your why should make you cry. That's something that you'll hear a lot throughout this program. Your why needs to be powerful enough so that you don't stop working toward it. Because if your why is, I just want to pay off some debt, well, you might pay off that debt, but then you have nothing to keep you going after that. So you want to start working on your goals, and your goals are dreams without deadlines. So if you have a strong why, and right now maybe it's just a dream for you, break it down into smaller tasks so that you can figure out the plan of action to get you to where you want to be and achieve that goal. So I can help you with that, your sponsor can help you with that, and your leader can help you with that. And if I'm all of them to you, then wonderful, let's talk. So how many of you got really excited when you looked at the incentive tracker that Scentsy provided for us? So that tracker was perfect. It made you want to log on to your workstation and see where you were at and see how much further you had to go. So one of the challenges that I'd like to give you for week 3 is to give your team a challenge. If you don't have a team, that's fine. You are your team. Give yourself a challenge. And if you want, I'll give you a challenge. But I try to make challenges. If I'm going to offer a challenge, I sometimes deviate from this, but what I really like to do is find out what would motivate someone to work that much harder or step out of their comfort zone, and give them a challenge that's more personalized towards to them. And then whatever the reward is at the end of the challenge is something that will make them work for that. But that incentive tracker is like one of those thermometers that you might see high school sports or junior high sports. They'll have one of those out in front of their gym, and they're doing fundraising, and they're trying to reach a certain goal. So you see the thermometer go up and up and up and up and up, and then the little bubble at the bottom is filled, and then there's lines throughout, and then those as they achieve certain goals, you watch the thermometer rise, right? So that's something that's measurable. It's something they can see, and it's something that will actually motivate them to get to that next level, if you will. You could make this a tiered incentive, and you don't actually have to give anything away. It could literally be a certificate, a piece of paper that says, "Congratulations, Sally Sue, for reaching level whatever." But having something in front of them so that they can see where they're at, and it's a measurable and an attainable goal, will actually help them move beyond where they're at right now. So that's one thing that I haven't really thought of until now. But I just remember watching that incentive tracker and seeing, I'm this close to reaching the next level, or I'm this close to reaching the next level, or I'm this close to reaching the next level. It made me work harder. It made me work smarter. It made me actually want to get out there and pound the pavement. So what I'd like to see all of you do is create a business plan. So, and what I mean by creating a business plan is you need to break your tasks down with the goal chart that I'm going to share with you. You need to learn to say no to non-income producing activities. So income producing activities are things such as prospecting, presenting the opportunity, going to meetings or listening to training calls, and doing parties. So we have an amazing workstation. We have an amazing training center. Take advantage of those videos. There's documentation in there that tells you how to put an order in. It explains to you how to redeem your hostess rewards. It explains all of that to you. So familiarize yourself with that. And as you come across things that you think, wow, I really need to share this with my team, share it with them. Don't keep it to yourself. That's no fun. It would be no fun at the top by yourself. You want to bring your team with you. So the more training you can give them, the better. So my challenge for week 3 is to create a business plan. Focus on income producing activities such as prospecting, parties, training calls, meetings, and parties. Figure out your why. Now, I know Ashley already challenged you to figure out your why if you're in her training as well. So you might already know what your why is. Now, if your why doesn't make you cry, don't worry about it. My why doesn't necessarily make me cry. Everything makes me cry. So just figure out what your why is, and then figure out what you need to do to make that why a reality. The last thing that I'd like to have you do is find somebody. It can be your mom, it can be your dad, it can be your sister, your brother, your best friend, your husband, your wife, your kids. Find somebody that you can give these goals to and have them hold you accountable, because we all could use an accountability partner in our lives. And somebody that can say, oh, have you made your 5 reach out calls today? Have you, whatever you have your big goal, and then you break it out into smaller tasks. You're going to share that with your accountability partner, and then you're going to have them hold you accountable. If you need an accountability partner because you don't have anybody that could potentially really hold you accountable, I can be your accountability partner, or somebody else in this group can. It's up to you to decide. But what I'd like you to do is make sure that you keep on this path of success. You're in this program. You are among the elite that were able to be part of this program. So let's get you to the next step. I would love to see all of you promote to your next rank within this program. So I hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you next week.